welcome to New Rose Glow. I'm coming to you today with a review. A few weeks ago I was contacted by the Jeulia jewelry company and they asked for me to peruse their website and to find an item I enjoyed and review it. I chose this gorgeous ring and it's kind of a mouthful to say, so I'm going to read it off to you. It is a Jeulia Interchangeable two-tone princess cut sterling silver ring set. It's from their engagement collection. Now they have a lot of collections. My younger sister's favorite is the mermaid collection. She kept telling me, get a mermaid. But I chose from the engagement ring collection because I love engagement rings. I'm a hopeless romantic and I just love the way they look. I chose this two-tone ring and you can see that it is both silver and gold. I chose it because I wanted to wear them either together or separately, having those options. So I can take this ring apart like this, and I can either wear it as this beautiful silver ring, beautiful gold ring, or I can wear it together and have a silver and gold ring. Because it has that versatility, that's the main reason why I chose it. Now I do have a wish list of rings that I wanted from the website. I'm just a sucker for rings. But this is the one that I'm going to wear and I love it so much. It took me a long time to take the tag off because if I'm completely honest, this is the most expensive piece of jewelry that I own. I have had more expensive pieces of jewelry when I was younger, but as I have gotten older, I made the mistake of buying jewelry that didn't look as classy, didn't look elegant, and it was really heavy costume jewelry that is fun and funky, but honestly, you're not going to come off looking like you're a high caliber woman of value when you've got those pieces on. So I'm trying my best to move away from jewelry like that and to stick to websites that offer a more leveled up appearance. Now, this ring isn't diamonds, it's not, 24 karat gold, but it is really good quality for the type of jewelry that it is. And honestly, if you were to be like on a trip and you were traveling, you didn't want to bring your, thousands of dollar pieces of jewelry, this is a perfect ring to bring. So if you have an engagement ring and you want to make sure that it stays safe at home, get this one and travel with it because you can still make a statement and you can still look really good without breaking the bank. You don't have to go and buy, a really expensive piece of jewelry to look like you are still more of an expensive jewelry wearer. I do want to tell you a little bit about my experience with getting this jewelry. So it was shipped out, after I ordered it, it was shipped out about 2 days later, and then I received it about 4 days later. So within a week, I got this ring, and it depends on where you are in the world on how fast it's going to ship to you. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. It shipped to me pretty quickly. Another thing I want to talk about is the size. So this is the thing that really gets me tripped up when I'm working on online sites, like ordering anything, whether it's clothes, jewelry, just anything, is the size going to be exactly what I expect it to be? And this ring, so my ring finger is a size 7 and my middle finger is a 7.5. And I bought a 7.5 just with my fingers crossed that it actually would fit. And it did fit. It fits like a glove. You can see it's not going anywhere and it's not moving too much. So if you know what your ring size is, get that exact size because these rings are cut true to size. The metal quality, I would say for the price you're paying, this is really high quality. My favorite is the silver. The silver looks like really high quality metal. The gold definitely is something that I have a few pieces of jewelry that are from the Middle East and it kind of looks like that kind of gold where it's more of a bright yellow. The stones themselves, now the stones are a Jeulia stone, so if you are looking for a diamond, you need to order a diamond from somewhere. This is a different kind of stone altogether. Just as a disclaimer, I am not an expert jeweler, as some of you may have guessed, but I do have some tips on what I do when I am shopping for jewelry that might help your experience in getting something that looks a lot more high quality. So the first thing is make sure that the metal and the jewels look real. It might go without saying, like it seems like that, but if you look at an actual piece of gold, go to a jewelry store, spend some time looking at things that, might even be out of your price range, just so you get an idea of what real jewelry looks like. If you see real gold, real diamonds, real rubies, real stones, whatever it is, look at what it really looks like. And if you're buying a dupe or something that is an equivalent to that, but it costs less, then make sure that it at least looks like the real thing. So I would spend some time looking at real things so that you get an idea of what real jewelry looks like. Another thing is craftsmanship. So with this ring, one thing that I really loved is that it doesn't look like any of these stones are going anywhere. Honestly, if you have a piece of jewelry and the gems are not securely in place, it does make it look less expensive. So it's really important that the craftsmanship is high. If there is any kind of coloring or inlay work or anything like that, make sure that everything is done as well as it can be. Any kind of sloppy work is going to make it look less expensive. The third thing is funky shapes. So this is something that I'm really guilty of because I love hearts, I love butterflies, and I love jewelry that are in those shapes. But it's not elegant for you to have a piece that looks like it is just a part of fast fashion. It's on trend. It's not something that's going to withstand the test of time. So pick out something that is simple if you're going to stay on the safe side. And that's what I'm doing. I chose this ring instead of one of the heart-shaped rings they have. And they have a beautiful heart-shaped ring that I'm just in love with. I chose this ring instead because it's a more classic cut and I could wear it out and feel like people are going to take me seriously. They're going to see it and think like, oh, okay, this is an adult wearing a ring and not a child who has a more youthful shape on their hand. The fourth thing that I look for is over-embellished jewelry. So the simpler you stay, the more people can believe that it's real. When you have a huge statement piece and it's got lots of stones and metal designs all over the place, for some reason it's hard for people to suspend their belief and think that every piece of stone, every bead, every pearl, every piece of metal is 100% high quality and authentic. Unless you're, super, super wealthy and people know that you can afford that. Another thing is the weight of the jewelry. So I have bought pieces before that are real stone, and when I put the earring in, it definitely sits in the piercing hole. So you can see that it's holding my ear down, and you know that that stone has weight to it. You're more likely to believe that that's a real stone. And then I have other pieces where the stone is plastic, and you can tell from a mile away that that is just flying in the wind. That is not a real stone. So when you're thinking about getting a piece, think about the actual weight of what the authentic material is. So if it's a piece of metal and it looks like aluminum foil, or if it looks like something that's really lightweight or really low grade when it's moving, then people can sometimes be tipped off that it's not real. So getting a heavier piece sometimes is more likely to pass as something that's authentic than a lighter piece. If it's worn out, now this one is something that I have been really good about. If your jewelry looks worn out and it looks old, in a way that is like overwhelming, like how costume jewelry tends to tarnish. If it looks like it's got those rainbow colors of tarnish on it, then people are really quickly going to believe that it's not real. So if you find something and it says it's plated, I would try to stay away from those things. I would try to find a full metal so that whatever plate is on there doesn't wear off. You don't have bits of the underbelly of the material showing through. I would definitely keep your jewelry really polished, and if you're buying secondhand jewelry, which is a great alternative to buying brand new jewelry, make sure that it looks new. And if it looks worn out, just pass by it because it won't look good when you're wearing it. And lastly, this is the one like huge reason why I've stopped buying huge pieces of jewelry is that if people know you and they know what you can afford and they see you with these huge glistening stones like diamonds in it, then or diamond looking things, then they'll know that it's not real. It can't be real because you can't afford a real version of that. And that goes back to having lots of stones and embellishments. If people know you can't afford the real stone in, you know, in such abundance, then they'll immediately know that it's not real. And wearing a lot of things that aren't real, just from what I have been going off of from the groups that I've been in that are on being more classy, more elegant, is that it doesn't come off looking as put together and as high class or high caliber because you're just wearing a lot of things that look low quality. So those are my tips on picking out jewelry that looks good. I do recommend going to the Jeulia website. There are a lot of nice pieces. If you are to buy a ring, oh my gosh, I would love to give you all this advice on which rings I think are the best. What I did before I selected this one is I actually went to Annabey's, I forget it's the Luxury Lounge or Elegant Ladies Lounge. Please forgive me, I forget the entire name of it. But if you go to the Facebook group, it used to be the Jet Set Babe group. If you go to that group, you can type in the search bar for elegant rings, and a lot of women have posted what elegant rings look like. You can also go online and look for retro rings or traditional rings. Look for ones that are timeless, and that'll give you an idea of what kind of rings to look for. The ones that have been worn for, you know, hundreds and hundreds of years are the ones that I try to stick with because they're the ones that are least likely to go out of style, and I certainly don't want to invest in something that's going to go out of style quickly. Also, if you are interested in purchasing anything from Jeulia's website, know number one, I am not getting any percentage of the sales. I am not an affiliate salesperson, so this is like a 100% real review. But there are discount codes I put in the description section so that you can purchase your first pieces of jewelry from them at a discount. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, and if you'd like to see more content from me, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I post more content. I've really enjoyed talking to you today, and I can't wait to see you again. Bye-bye!